Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya. Today I'm going to be showing you a new skincare routine. I just ordered some products yesterday, so I'll be using them today. But for reference, I've been using, let's see, Serum Placenta, Extraits Tissulaires, Dermopurifiante, and VG Tensil, as well as Grand Millésime as a moisturizer. And I, up until last night, because last night I used some new products and my skin looks pretty even. You can kind of see like some dots around my skin. When I get rosacea, like an outburst, these will be raised. Right now, the texture is really smooth, even though you can kind of see some redness. But the VG Tensil will kind of irritate my skin. Serum Splenodermine is another firming and toning serum, so is VG Tensil. They both, well, Splenodermine to me does a better job at kind of toning the skin, and it just makes my skin look brand new. But if, excuse me, I'm sick. But if I use it too often, I will have a rosacea outbreak. And VG Tensil does the same thing. So I have just a small bit of VG Tensil left, and I've been sort of using it on my neck and my chest area, and I will mix it in with Extraits Tissulaires for the rest of my face to get that firming and toning. But that's what that does to me. Silk Plus is a finishing serum that I've been using as well. I'll be using a new one here today. And I love that one, but that can sometimes irritate my skin as well. So if you have sensitive skin, be careful with those three. I've also been using Serum Placenta, which is supposed to be really good for healing acne scars, brightening like hyperpigmentation, healing acne itself too quicker. And for me, I haven't really noticed any like brightening or healing. I had a pimple here, but you can kind of see the remnants of it. I've been using placenta only for like the last few weeks, maybe a month, and this is still here. So I'm not sure like how well it works. I did notice that with some of my hyperpigmentation, they kind of peel off with placenta, so that vitamin C does the same thing for me. Vitamin C does a better job at it, but also I can't really tolerate like L-ascorbic acid on my skin. I will break out in rosacea. And I was using it on my under eyes because placenta was recommended for darkness, and in this lighting you can kind of see the way my skin actually looks. I kind of like this setup, but I mean, I'll fix this later. There's a bike back there, and then I just turned two paintings around. But yeah, so I've been using, I was using the placenta under my eyes, and I felt like I was getting some sagginess under my eyes, and that's when I wanted to try out the Truth Treatments retinol under to see like if I could retexturize, I don't know, my under eyes to make it smoother. I've stopped using placenta under my eyes, and they've looked a lot better. So I mean, for me, I wouldn't recommend placenta under the eyes. I don't know why it does that, but I've used other serums, like, and I'll show you what I bought now. Oligo protein marines underneath the eyes in the past and had no problems with this. Even Elastin Pure and Extraits Tissulaires, those three are okay for my under eyes. But Serum Placenta also revitalizes and tones the skin. I don't really see a difference when using placenta. It's also supposed to like smooth the skin, and it's recommended for oily skin types too. I would say like a step down in hydration of like Extraits Tissulaires, but you know, with what placenta does for me, I would just, like, next time I won't repurchase placenta and I'll just go straight to Extraits Tissulaires, because that also soothes my skin whenever I'm having like a rosacea outbreak, which placenta does. But I don't really notice like any sort of brightening. I mean, it does heal, but so does Extraits Tissulaires. So for me, placenta is not a necessary serum, but I know like a lot of people love it. But that's just my experience with it. And I just wanted, so I look back on my old videos to see like how my skin was at a certain point, and I'm like, I want my skin like that next time. So then I'll go repurchase the items that I was using prior. And I was also using Creme Grand Millésime. I still have some of that left. It's lasted me a while because I wasn't in love with it. And it does brighten the skin. It does a really good job at what it's supposed to do. It does brighten the skin, and it does a really good job at what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to like revitalize the epidermis, and rejuvenate. It's for devitalized skin types, that's what it says. And it does just that, but with my sensitive skin, if I use it too often, it kind of just throws the balance off. I kind of need more nourishing, gentle kind of things. Okay, so now I'll bring you into what I will be using today. I cleansed my skin with Lait EV, and I've also realized when I was having like a dry skin spell, Lait EV cleanser was really good at nourishing my skin and kind of calming that down, but I really miss my VIPO2 and I ran out of it already. And I think that's another reason why my skin is just not looking like it has all these little dots. And you know, you don't see me every day, but these little dots have been around more often than they were before. So I don't know, I think the Lait VIPO2 just like helps kind of even my complexion. I'll be just going in with P50W1970 today. This one was discontinued, and I love this one. You can't get it anymore, but I want to use it up before the 12 months pass by, because then it'll go to waste. And so these products have like different expiration dates. So like this one says it's good until January of 2020, but since I opened it last year, I forgot what month, you know, this is not gonna stay good until 2020. You also have to like respect the open buy, because these are organically made. They're cold pressed. I think they are not made with heat, and I think they don't use like, I forgot all of the specifics, but yeah, just make sure you use them when they say to be used by, especially like the serums, because a lot of them have like placenta, amniotic fluid, like some biological like cellular extracts and things, and I just, you know, if you let it go for longer, you might be harvesting some bacteria, which is gross. So putting that all over my skin, and I'll even go over it on my eyes. I'm trying not to wipe or swipe, and instead just dab. Okay, so I'll go in with two items that I have repurchased, which are Oligo Protein Marine and Elastin Pure. Elastin Pure was one of my old favorite serums. I had the small 0.3 ounce in the past, and I told myself I would repurchase it at some point, but I wanted to try a bunch of serums before I did, because I knew I loved it. And Oligo Protein Marines, I was so confused about the serum. This one and MC110, I actually almost purchased MC110 with this go around, but decided against it because I was already spending a lot of money, and I figured, let me just try this first. I think I love this. It's like a love-hate relationship, but this is a very light textured serum, and I'll go and tell you what they do actually. So Oligo Protein Marines can be used under the eyes and obviously all over the face. Kim Kardashian also just said like it's one of her favorite serums. I know Victoria Beckham also like posts about it too. It's supposed to brighten, it says brighten asphyxiated complexions. Biomarine serum energizes and revitalizes the skin, helps stimulate its natural functions and unifying the complexion. Provides emergency treatment for stressed skins, recommended for devitalized and dull skin with imperfections, ideal for smoker skin. I wasn't sure if I liked this the last time, I think a few months ago, I was using it during the summertime, and my skin looked so clear back then. I didn't have any sagging, I didn't have like much texture, nothing was really going wrong with my skin, but I was using this, and I looked back and I was like, I want my skin to look just like that. This also didn't do anything bad for underneath my eyes. My under eyes at that point, I had no complaints about like concealer or nothing. My skin also kind of looked even all the time, and I think it had a lot to do with this. This lightly exfoliates the skin and just helps it look bright, and I'll show you what it looks like now. Okay. It's a very light texture. Okay. And I'm just gonna go with a couple. And, okay. So it's very light. It still has like some slip to it. It's not as light as, you know, water. Like it has some sort of like slime. Not, I wouldn't say slime, but I think that's a perfect word. It's like a watery slime. But it sinks right into the skin. It doesn't make your skin feel oily. It doesn't make your skin feel tacky. It's like a small layer of hydration, and it's nice. And I don't know if you can tell, well, obviously, you know that trick that people do in like stores where they're like, let me put a moisturizer on your hand, and then they put it on and your skin like instantly looks brighter. I think that's just a like facade. But my skin, I just put another small layer because it just feels so good. I would say this is really good for oily skins too, and even like skin with like people with breakouts and texture, like clogged pores. When I first started using the brand, that was one of my biggest concerns, are clogged pores. I get them so easily, and this does a really good job at just kind of like exfoliating the surface gently, so you can use this every day. You can use this every day on your eyes, and it's just a really good, just like a good staple to have in your routine, like how I feel about Extraits Tissulaires. You know, I feel like they both will earn a spot in my like always have on hand category. So Elastin Pure. Elastin Pure is also really good for your under eyes. It's supposed to smooth the texture. Let's see, it's a bio serum, so there's one level below this called Elastin Marin, which I've used before and I did not like. I felt like that was a waste of money, a waste of a step. Like it didn't do anything for my skin. It's supposed to reduce the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines. It's good for first wrinkles, expression lines, and the eye and mouth area. Yeah, so I haven't used this in a long time, so this is kind of like, ooh. I loved how my skin was so soft and smooth after using this one. It's also lightly hydrating. Let's see. I would say it's like a little heavier, just a tiny bit heavier than the Oligo Protein Marine in texture. And what I mean by heavier is like offers like a little like more lasting moisture, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, the mixture of those two is just like perfect. And I had dry and dehydrated skin, especially when I started using this brand. My skin was so not balanced. But I could literally just get away with those two serums, a moisturizer, and be like okay for the rest of the day. Like that's how nicely hydrating these serums just like are. They layer perfectly. And I would say at first I was concerned with like moisture. I needed moisture. I needed one of the moisturizing serums, but honestly, like if you find a good balance between like, you know, Oligo protein, Elastin Pure, or like a couple other serums like a splenodermine if you have like sagging, if you need toning, and then Elastin Pure if you like really have wrinkles that you're trying to get rid of. If you use aglyca and splenodermine, like that might be enough moisture for you. And then if you find that you need more moisture, then go in with like, go find a new moisturizing ingredient or moisturizing serum. But okay, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using Amniotique E and then also Collagen Natif. These are both hydrating as well. I just want all the hydration I can get. So I've used Extraits Tissulaires, obviously, which is a hydrating serum. And I've also used colostrum in the past, and that's another hydrating serum. And it goes Extraits Tissulaires as the lightest hydration, Amniotique E, and then colostrum. And this would be the middle of the three. The reason why I haven't purchased this sooner is because I think the second ingredient would, I'll peel this back, but the second ingredient is alcohol. And I've used Dermopur in the past, and every time I use Dermopur, I get dry skin around my nose. But you know, that serum is probably just not meant for my skin type. Okay, so no. So the ingredients are amniotic fluid, propylene glycol, water, glycerin, denatured alcohol, hydrolyzed gelatin, embryo extract, papain, sodium dihydroacetate. I used this last night and I didn't get any reaction on my skin. So I'm gonna go in with, which one? I'll go in with this last. But this is just, it's meant to hydrate the skin. And what else does it say? Hydrate and soothes. It's an intensive revitalizing and soothing bioserum. Recommended for all skin types. Ideal for stressed, devitalized, dehydrated, and or sensitive skin. So I might love this, but we'll see. I'm running out of Extraits Tissulaires, so I'm hoping that this does a good job. So we'll see. I'll put this on last. I want to first go in with Collagen Natif. So if you can tell, if this is like the middle serum, like hydrating serum, and you see how watery that is, look at how thick this one is. It's oops. Okay. It's so beautiful. So I'm a huge fan of the Fluid VIP O2 finishing serum. I love that serum. The texture is like kind of thick and tacky, and it's just like, it's great. And I was so happy to find a serum that, like a quintessential serum that is similar to that. This is supposed to, it's called Collagen Natif, if I didn't mention that already. It's supposed to tone and tighten the pores. And it's a firming and astringent bioserum, and it's an excellent firming agent. It tightens the skin's pores and improves the contour of the face. Recommended for all skin types, ideal for dehydrated, less toned skins, for thick skins with dilated pores. And there's a step lower, I believe. Like, I think, I want to say that the bioserums are kind of more potent than the marine sort of serums, like ingredient serums. And so there's one below it that is Collagen Marin, and it pretty much does the same thing, except I think this might be a little thicker, and the Marin is like a marine serum. So I bought this because it's a firming and toning serum, and I love splenodermine, but it makes my skin react. And I wasn't a fan of VG tensil. Splenodermine has biological extracts in it, and I felt like it did stuff for my skin. And then VG tensil is a marine serum, and I found it did less for my skin. Similar to Elastin Marine and Elastin Pure. I felt Elastin Marine didn't do anything for my skin, and I felt Elastin Pure did something for my skin. So from now on, I'll probably be only purchasing the bio serums if I have a choice between like two, you know what I mean? And I would say if you're young, I'm 28, if you're young and you're starting into skincare and you want to try this brand, I don't think you have to. When I was younger, I wasn't buying these kind of items. They're kind of expensive for what they are. But if you are young, you have like poreless skin, you have even skin, no rosacea, no acne, you can probably try the marine serums. But so anyway, I wanted a thicker serum, obviously, and then I wanted toning. Splenodermine and VG Tinsel kind of make my skin react. This is also supposed to tone, firm, but it's also more hydrating, and it's also astringent. So I bought Dermopure because I do have blackheads. I squeeze them out all the time, but it's kind of gross. But you know, it's colored here because you know you do have blackheads everywhere. And I get them right here too, but I have dry skin. So what a great serum to kind of just like target everything. I'm so excited for this one, and I was reluctant to purchase it for so long, because you don't really hear too much about it, but I used it last night and I do like it, and I'll show you here. So it comes out, you see how sticky it is compared to the other fluid water-like serums. And I'm not going to be putting this under my eyes, but let's see. It's not like super, super sticky, but you can kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but oh, it feels so nice. It's very similar to how Fluid VIPO2 feels when you first put it on. Fluid VIPO2 instantly dries on the skin. This just sinks right into your skin. It doesn't make your skin feel tacky, but it just like soaks into your skin really well. And the thing about this one is like, when I put, okay, that's a weird texture. When I put on the Oligo Protein Marine Elastin Pure, if you've ever used Extraits Tissulaires, you kind of know the feeling of having something on the skin, right? You have that like sort of soft texture to your skin. It feels moisturized, hydrated, although it does sink into the skin instantly. But you still feel sort of that softness. This one, when you put it on, it instantly soaks into your skin. And I don't think this has alcohol, but it like instantly kind of like evaporates. And I mean, my skin is moisturized, and like there is like a tack to it because of everything I've put on, and I'm waiting so long in between steps, like it's gonna be a little tacky. But my skin feels like, I would say like drier. And I don't want to say dehydrated because I don't feel that at all, but it kind of like feels like it evaporates off of my skin, if that makes sense. Like you don't get the same sort of like I feel like, oh, that's what it feels like. I feel instantly like, you know, like tightened. I like that. This is a win. I love this one so far. Hopefully it doesn't make my skin react, but if it does, I will let you know. Let's see. This is one of those ones, but my fingernails are so thin. They like peel back. But I want to know the ingredients. This one's really sticky. Okay. Water, soluble collagen, sodium citrate, phenoxyethanol. Those are the ingredients. And this one says firming serum for face. And it does feel very firming. That's what I get from it. These sort of kind of stay on the skin, make them feel smooth, soft, hydrated. And then this one, like, it's a very interesting texture. I really like this so far. Maybe if you're younger, you can do these sort of serums, and if you have more serious like sagging, go splenodermine. I think splenodermine is obviously the more firming, or more potent, I don't know, active than this one. I have redness, but it's probably because I've been touching my skin. Okay, Amniotique E. This is the last quintessential serum I'll put on my skin. I don't need any more hydration, but I just wanna. Okay. It has a weird smell. I'm used to Extraits Tissulaires smell. I would say of all of them, the Amniotique is the one that I noticed the smell with. The other 3 were fine. Okay, so that one hydrated. Just like, very similar to Elastin Pure. I don't feel extra hydration like how Colostrum was, and it has a different texture than the Extraits Tissulaires. I feel like this one feels a little lighter. The ingredients probably like are more active. Does it? Where is this one? Revitalizing Soothing Bioserum, whereas the Extraits Tissulaires was just a moisturizing. Oh, and it also says revitalizing, soothes stressed skin. Anyway, we'll see. Maybe I'll use Amniotique on one side with like just one serum, and then Extraits Tissulaires on another side, and then I'll film that, and then I'll film how my skin looks the next day. It might not be that big of a difference, but I mean, if it doesn't do anything bad for the skin, then great. I think they're also the same price anyway, so we'll see. Alright, my skin feels awesome. So then I bought 2 creams. These are both repurchases, Creme Dermopurifiante and Creme Elastin Marine. What I want to mention, I'll talk about Elastin Marine first. I purchased Elastin Marine in my last haul, I think, and then my boyfriend stole it and I never saw it again. And he used it really quickly. But the texture was so different than this one. If it had looked like this, I probably would have taken it back from him. But it looked more mousse-like and more gritty. I filmed it in a video before, and you can probably like tell the difference. Maybe I'll like screenshot it and put it on Instagram or something, but this is supposed to be hydrating, really hydrating, and it reminds me of VG Derm. Let's see here. Okay, so Elastin Marine is supposed to prevent wrinkles, moisturizes and nourishes the skin. Prevents wrinkle, fine lines, and restores epidermal elasticity. Recommended for normal and or dehydrated skin instance. And then it looks very similar to the texture of VG Derm, which is like a very, very nourishing cream. To me, VG Derm is a little too occlusive. I like the hydration it gives. It's very similar to Vernix with the texture, but I feel like Vernix, although it is very occlusive, it doesn't clog my pores. With VG Derm, I just feel like it's a little too much. Also with Vernix, I don't feel I get the like underneath hydration, if that makes sense. I just get the kind of occlusive layer and that beautiful shiny layer, but I don't get any moisture. This Elastin Marine, it does like all of it. It gives you the moisture and it kind of provides like a more occlusive layer to your skin, but it's not going to clog your pores. And it's I think it's the cheapest cream Biologique has to offer. If you have more normal to oily skin, I would say, and you want to save money, I would say get Creme Placenta. I've used just a sample of that one, but it wasn't hydrating enough for me in the sample I used. This I like this one a lot. But I also want to show you Creme Dermopurifiante. This is the second one I've purchased of this one, and it's very mousse-like, and I'll show you the difference. So this is Dermopurifiante, and then this is Elastin Marine. Let's see, so you kind of can see like that whipped texture, and this is sort of like creamy and like buttery. Ooh. The old Elastin Marine looked whipped like dermopurifiante, and it looked a little gritty, but I did buy it in January, and it was like in the middle of a snowstorm, and when I opened the box, everything was like frozen, so that may be why. I prefer this texture for Elastin Marine way more than the other one I had gotten, but this one is like a whipped texture. It's really good for acne skin. It's supposed to brighten and mattify the skin, leaving it refreshed and glowing. It's a purifying cream that reduces redness caused by acne and provides effective treatment for oily skin without drying out the skin. Recommended for imbalanced and reactive skin types, which is perfect for me. Reactive with all this rosacea. This is a really good cream to start off with too. This is just a little bit more expensive than the Elastin Marine. Let's see if I can just use both. No. We'll stop that because I have way too many serums on right now. So I'm just going to take like that much. And the first thing I noticed about this one was like the glow it gave. And watch what it does to my eyebrows. The glow it gave, and then also how it like made my skin or my makeup like last all day. I was working in the hospital when I first started using this, and my skin would last the entire shift. I also was using Fluid VIPO too, but just like look at how, I mean, you probably can't tell in this in the video, but when I put it over my eyebrows, they like stick down. Okay, so that wasn't too hydrating, I would say. I used this earlier today when I woke up because I opened it. I was like, oh my god, the texture looks so different. I put that on my skin earlier this morning. I since then washed my face, but this one offers more hydration than a dermopurifiante. And you know what? Just for the video, I'll do just a tiny bit on the tops of my cheekbones, like just like small amount to see. It's very smooth. You know, if you've ever used, oh wow, this is really nice. This is very nice. And it sort of has that same finish, like matte sort of glow to the skin that the dermopurifiante has, but the texture is very similar to VG Derm if you've ever used it, and it's stickier. And if you've ever used the Weleda Skin Food Cream, this reminds me of that, but less oily, because after I use the Weleda Skin Food, if I use like a powder afterwards, my brush will get oily. But this is like a nice alternative. It's a really nice cream. Chris, better watch out. I'm gonna steal this cream. No, I won't, don't worry. Okay, so finally, since I love finishing serums and I love the glow, and you always hear like people who work at the spas, like Rescue Spa and things, they love the mixture of Complexe Royal and Renovateur 14. Okay, I won't read the ingredients lists off these, they're so long, but I will post pictures. I don't know how soon they'll be up, but I will post pictures on my Instagram. I made a new Instagram called Biologique Freak, and I will be posting all of my skincare things and all of the makeup I try and any reviews that I feel like typing up on there. Alright, whatever. Since I won't be telling you what the ingredients are here, then I won't try to peel that off. Okay, my hands feel so moisturized. Don't you hate the feeling of like moisture on your hands when you are not meaning to moisturize your hands? I hate that feeling. I was a kid, whenever my mom would put lotion on my body, I would take my towel and just like wipe everything off. And now here we are. Okay. Finishing serums. So Complexe Royal and Renovateur 14 are often mixed. So Complexe Royal is supposed to regenerate the epidermis. It is moisturizing, revitalizing, regenerating. Skin appears smoother and more radiant. Recommended for mature and devitalized skin. So Renovateur 14 revitalizes the skin. Recommended for dull, devitalized skin, reinforces skin's firmness, and improves the radiance of the complexion. So it's a lot of words. So Renovateur 14 says Radiance Elixir for Face. They both say that on the actual bottles. And then I think when you apply, it's supposedly when you apply Renovateur 14 first and then Complexe Royal after, you'll get an opaline radiance. And if you do it the opposite way, Complexe first and then Renovateur after, you get sort of a golden complexion. I did that last night. I didn't notice much of a glow. Also, if you can see, these are really fluidy, which is kind of a disappointment. I love how thick fluid VIPO2 is. And Silk Plus is another finishing serum I like, and that is very silky. It feels like silk. These are more watery than those. But I did the golden complexion last night, so we'll do like the look opaline. Let's see. You can kind of already see some sort of glow. I have so much moisture on my skin. We'll see. Let's see if this works. Alright. And I'm going to put a substantial amount because I want to make sure I get a glow. One thing I did notice when I put them on last night, they made my skin feel so soft. And it was like a good, like my skin feels like velvet. Silk Plus makes my skin feel like silk, and these make my skin feel like velvet or suede. Do you notice a glow? Let's see my mirror. No. I was hoping that they had something like really glowy. Biologique should make like a fluid VIPO2 with like shimmer in it as a primer for people who don't want to wear makeup. Okay, so Complexe Royal after that. Okay, go crazy. I know these two serums do have alcohol in them as well, but I don't really know if they'll make me react. Silk Plus does not. I believe it doesn't have alcohol in it. Okay, let's see how this looks. That does kind of brighten my skin a little bit. Can't really tell here. Let's see. It's very subtle brightening. I don't think you need this if you are looking for a glow. If you're looking for a glow, I would say just stick to Fluid VIPO2 if you like that texture. If you don't and it's too heavy for you and you have oily skin, then get one of these. If you want, I don't think you need both. If you want like an opaline complexion, like a brighter, get the Complexe Royal. If you want sort of like a, like I would say maybe golden, but that's kind of reaching, but if you want a darker one, then get the Renovateur 14. They're like the same thing, I think. You don't need both at all. I think that would just be a waste of money. But if you want a serum without alcohol, that does a lot for your skin, and I think it's one of the more affordable. I wouldn't say very affordable, but compared to Biologique prices, pretty affordable. Is get the Silk Plus. That one I think still is my favorite. That one really does, like, you can use it like on your bare skin if you don't have like super reactive skin, and that will smooth my skin, brighten my skin, like tighten my pores. Silk Plus is awesome, but it doesn't give you this glow. But if you do put it over your moisturizer, you do get sort of a kind of flawless complexion that your makeup can just like smooth over, if that's what you're looking for. But this does give my skin a glow. That's true. But it's not that glossy, shimmery kind of glow. It's very, very, very subtle. And probably by midday you won't even tell. Yeah, I probably won't repurchase these, but I will enjoy them while I have them. So yeah, that's it for my haul and first impressions. I guess I can just like wrap all of these items or all of these descriptions in just one video, and then, you know, haul, first impression, skincare routine. This is most likely how I will use these products. Yeah. If you have any questions, let me know. I always try to answer people's comments and questions. Yeah, that was really fun. I love buying new Biologique products. So yeah, I made a new Instagram. Go follow me. Like this video, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.